This is a fictional interactive video story. You'll make choices along the way to get different endings. You're at work right now. Instead of being productive and getting things done, you've been on your phone browsing the internet and texting your wife who's working somewhere else. You get an alert from your phone that says it's been infected with the virus. This doesn't happen too often, but you decide to ignore the virus alert anyway. You texted something encouraging to your wife before, so she responds with, "Thanks, baby." Coincidentally, you start to hear a baby crying in your office. That's pretty weird considering no one usually brings their baby to work. Anyway, you usually send people an emoji just to let them know you acknowledged what they said. You instinctively press on the fire emoji because it's one of your favorite ones to respond with at this point in a conversation. Before sending it, you take a glance at the baby in the room. It's just sitting there. Some other employees are looking at it while just as confused as you are. Do you want to go check on the baby or respond to your wife with the fire emoji? You don't respond to your wife. Instead, you go and check on the baby. You and other employees discuss how bizarre the situation is, while one of your coworkers picks up the baby to take care of it. Your wife decides to send you another text message because you haven't responded to her yet. It says, "I'm drowning in work here." Suddenly, the baby in your coworker's hands disappears. It seems your text messages are affecting the real world, and that the latest text message removes the effects of the previous message. This must be the work of the virus your phone got. She mentioned the word drowning, which leads your office to slowly become flooded out of nowhere, starting from the floor and working its way up. You need to do something before too much damage happens to your office. Luckily, most of the electronics are not on the floor. Will you prioritize helping some of the older employees get out of the building safely, or will you try to send a text to your wife that solves this problem? You send the fire emoji to your wife. As soon as your wife receives the message, the baby disappears. It seems your text messages are affecting the real world, and that the latest text message removes the effects of the previous message. This must be the work of the virus your phone got. You see a notification from your wife on your phone. You start to worry about what the fire emoji might have done to her. It could have set her or even her whole office on fire. You unlock your phone to read the message. It turns out nothing was set on fire. Instead, she was fired from her job. Things are getting out of control. Do you want to destroy your phone right now to stop this mess from getting worse? Would you rather try to use another text message to get something good to happen for you and your wife? You should be able to destroy your phone right after that, and then keep whatever it is that you texted into existence. Everyone is aware of the water appearing out of nowhere. You and some other relatively young people help out those who have difficulty walking fast. You all make it safely out of the building before anyone gets hurt or trapped. Then, the water starts to break the windows of your office building and fall down onto the streets. Now that your older coworkers will definitely be safe, you take out your phone to text your wife something that will stop this. You try to unlock your phone, but it's not working. Your phone has received too much water damage, so you can't text your wife anything now. Your phone is now useless, and so is the virus that you got on it. There's nothing you can do now. Scientists are baffled by how the water could be coming out of nowhere. Instead of worrying about how to stop it, they transform your building into a hydroelectric power plant. It becomes the greatest source of power in the world, and all of the excess water is sent to Mars so that it can become more Earth-like for future humans. Whoever created the mysterious virus probably did it to watch the world crumble into chaos, but it had a pretty positive impact on the future of humanity. If you enjoyed this video overall, please give it a thumbs up and share it with people you think would like it. Thank you. You send a text message to your wife knowing that it will stop the flooding of your office. She said she was drowning in work, so you say, "Sounds like you could use a life raft." Your office stops flooding, and then your wife's office A life raft appears by her desk. You worded your text in a way that makes sense with the conversation while also causing her no harm. She doesn't notice the life raft because it's not in her line of sight and it isn't making any noise. By the time any of her coworkers could have noticed it, she already texted you back. She said, "Forget one life raft, I need like 1,000,000. Whoops. Your entire office building and everywhere within a 5-mile radius of your office gets filled with 1,000,000 life rafts in total. You were squished up against the wall, yet still alive. Your phone with the virus on it couldn't handle the pressure and broke after bending too much. Help is sent to your office and the entire 5-mile radius. Not everyone survived, but you make it out with only a few broken bones. Your wife lives with guilt after figuring out she technically caused all this, but at least the world has a surplus of life rafts." If you enjoyed this video overall, please give it a thumbs up and share it with people you think would like it. Thank you. You go to the nearest window to drop your phone. The impact with the ground should render it useless. As long as it can't receive messages, things shouldn't get any worse. While the phone is falling to the ground, your boss calls your name. With no explanation, he tells you that you're fired. When your wife had told you that she was fired, the power of the phone's virus made you become fired simply because the word fired was part of the message. Your phone finally hits the ground, so the mysterious virus your phone got won't control your reality through text messages anymore. When the virus creates a new effect on reality, it removes all other effects, so your wife is rehired while you remain fired. Time to buy a new phone, and maybe some antivirus software too. If you enjoyed this video overall, please give it a thumbs up and share it with people you think would like it. Thank you. You want to use this incredible power to make something good happen for you and your wife, so you send a new text message to her. "So sorry to hear that, but you'll always be $1,000,000 to me." This should prevent her previous message from affecting you, and she should also be rehired too, but that's not going to matter much if $1,000,000 pops up into existence. A bag full of $1,000,000 in cash appears on the floor by your wife's desk, but she hasn't noticed it yet. You go to the nearest window to drop your phone. It shouldn't be able to receive any messages after being destroyed, and you'll both get to keep the $1,000,000. On the windowsill right next to you, a jar of honey appears. Your eyes widen when you realize what this means. That's right. As your phone fell to the ground, it received a new message from your wife. It said, "Thanks, honey." Your wife has a job again, but you failed to get something good out of the power from your phone's mysterious virus. You'll have to buy a new phone, but at least you'll have some honey with your lunch. If you enjoyed this video overall, please give it a thumbs up and share it with people you think would like it. Thank you.